Okay, so the majority of us should at least gotten far enough in there that we started to see the parts of the hand, how the hand works a little bit, bone structure. If I were to share my screen right now, which I will, when we look at the hand, it's really broken up out of 1, 2, 3, 4 different bones. For the fingers, it's just all these bones are pretty much covered with flesh and veins and tendons and all that. I thought it was very interesting when the guy said that only 10% is not bone in your hand. That's pretty amazing that 10% is of, tendons and things is all it takes to make your hand work. Now, I also believe he said that this part, and this part of the thumb, he likes to think of like being these 3 bones up at the top, even though this is closer to one of these hand holding bones. And the important thing is to just, this mess in here that is all super important to making your hand function, you don't have to worry about that as much, or drawing it correctly. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're either going to pose your hand in an exciting pose, or you can find a picture of a skeletal hand online. And you're very loosely just going to start to plot it out. All right. In my case here, when I'm looking at this hand, I'm thinking about the joints being kind of ball shaped. I got 2 fingers coming up off this ball here into another ball, into another ball that comes out. All right, boom, boom. Then we have one that comes up, boom, boom, down, boom, boom, down. And then we have the long bones in the hand. You also have this here, boom, 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 boom. And then lastly, we have our thumb going this way. All right, so I'm breaking this hand down into a series of shapes. So I'm going to take and move this to be that 9 or 7 bones that make up this section of the hand that makes your hand be able to do all this kind of stuff. All right, and then eventually, of course, you have your 2 bones that allow your wrist to turn. All right, now that's one way to do it, is just do it straight up like that. And then when I was done, I'd come back and I'd curve these bones where they need to be curved. You can look at the examples in the Canvas announcement that I posted to give yourself a little better idea of what a bone looks like. Your other option is to take and simple shape your hand. Like we talked about the other day, there's our potato. There's our chicken leg, right? Here we have our tater tots or our floppy hot dog. Boom, boom. Sound effects, not necessary, but it's kind of fun. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. All right. So I've got my hand that I simple shaped out. And I did that fairly quickly. You should probably go a little slower. What I'm really doing here is I'm sketching, right? Once I get the outline of that hand, the sketch of that hand, then I can go back and start to think about where the bones go. What shape are the bones? And then I can draw right over the top of it, Start breaking these bones down into points. Now, part of the reason we're doing this is kind of a college assignment. This is what they had us do when I was in college. And it really did help me to understand the structure of the hand. This is something that I've always wanted to do with my students. And it doesn't have to be beautiful, it just has to be there so you can kind of start to understand how the different parts of the hand works, why the hand moves in the way it does. The situation. Pose your hand, either sketch it out in simple shapes. You can even contour line draw it if you want to first, but then start to break down the bones into the different shapes. All right, we're gonna do a couple of these. On your marks, get set, go. Okay, so what you're doing, 4 turn in tomorrow, if at the latest. 2 hands, skeleton inside. If you have problems drawing the skeleton, go on to the announcements that I just posted today. I put in a couple pictures of the skeleton, how the hand looks inside. You can do a pose of your own. You can find a pose online. You can even go online and find a skeleton hand to draw. Just make sure it's doing something. I mean, this kind of thing, we can all do this by tracing. So let's try to do something that shows our drawing skills. All right. All right, that's it for today. Skeleton hands away. I will see you guys Tuesday. Have a good weekend.